Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. I am pre-recording this. I'm not quite sure what day it's going to go out on, but I hope you're having a nice day, because usually I say happy whatever day, but I don't know which whatever day it'll be. So that was a mouthful to start off a video. Hi guys, I hope you're okay. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good week. So this is a build that I made in June of this year, and I am only now getting around to editing it. That's embarrassing. This is a custom build I made for another simmer. It looks quite simple from the outside, but it's actually really nice. It's one of those builds that looks better as you go along. So I say it myself, but I do really like it. I think it turned out really nicely. But this is a custom build, like I said, for another simmer, which I do as like an extra part to my little mini YouTube job. So if you guys do any builds, then feel free to message me on Instagram or on my community tab on here to one of my posts. Any will do. And yeah, but if you do a custom build, then you can contact me via my Instagram, which is probably the easiest way to contact me, at LauraAbbeyX. So yeah. But anyway, back to the build. So this is a family home. To be honest, I can't actually remember who it was made for, so we're just gonna see. I know that there is a kids room as well, so there are children in this house, but I do remember that it was for a like a nail salon person, like sort of like a beauty person who owns her own salon in her own house. So there is like a little nail salon in the house, so that is very nice. I haven't done a build like that before, so it's quite nice to do something completely different. So that is what we are working on today. I love this garden. This is one of the reasons why I didn't delete this video, because I wanted to show you guys the garden. Usually if I haven't edited something and it's been a while, I will delete the footage. There are quite a few builds that I've completed and edited, or not edited, but I have footage of, and then I never get around to actually posting it because it's been too long and I don't want to talk over something that I don't remember. So that's why I usually delete them, but this one I really liked the garden, so I decided to keep it. But like usual, I then can't remember the story behind most of it, but all is well. I could have lied and said, oh yeah, I remember everything and make something up, but you know, I still remember making the build and I remember loving the garden, so all is well. It's funny watching back older videos though, because you can certainly tell how I've like got faster at building over the last few months. This was obviously in June and now it's December, so my building speed is definitely sped up. I build things too fast now, whereas this video I was concerned was going to be too long, which it is kind of. It's 20 minutes long, which is quite a long time, but it's fine. I think because I'm used to making apartments of recent, I haven't really done many houses, so it's quite nice to do something a little bit different and watch a house build. I think it's really sweet. It was kind of one of those builds that when you start off you're like, I don't really like how it looks, but then once I started adding some landscaping, I was like, yeah, it looks really nice, it's really cute. I think it's a really nice family home. It's a nice like small-ish home, it's not too big, and I think some people prefer living on one story. I personally don't really ever live on one story, but I think it's quite good when you've got toddlers because it's kind of chaos. So anyway, I did want to make this garden as like texturized as possible. It's not really the right word, but having a lot of like levels to it then, but it's quite difficult in game, because in my real house at home, my parents' house, they have like a pathway that goes around some of the house, but then there's like a raised wall with steps. So I wanted to try and like implement that sort of thing, but it didn't really work out, so I kind of just rolled with it. But I was trying to make like a separate level to have steps going up to the next level of grass, but I wasn't really sure how to make it work, so it was very annoying. We did get there eventually. It kind of had to just slope it up instead, which is kind of annoying, but all is well. I think I tend to sway away from using terrain tools to make like indents or, you know, raise the floor up at all, because it kind of scares me. It's not something that I'm very like skilled at necessarily. I can do it, don't get me wrong, but it's not something that I'm like confident at doing, you know. So it was fine, it worked out in the end. I think it's good to try some things sometimes. Like I always say in my videos, if I build the same thing all the time that I know I'm good at, then it gets really boring. So I think experimenting with different styles is always important, because then I can be like, oh, I actually really like that, or well, let's never do that again. So that's the good part of it. So I did just add like as much stuff in this background as possible while still making it look fairly modern. I didn't want it to have like a heavy suburban vibe. Obviously that's kind of the vibe overall, but I also wanted them to feel like they had a bit of like a modern little one-story house. But yeah, I really love the landscaping. I think, like I always say, the landscaping kind of like makes a build. It makes it really like come to life, in my opinion. That's when I feel the most like confident in my builds, is when it's got the landscaping added to it, because then I'm like, oh, actually, you know, it looks like a home, and not just me thinking it's going to turn out well and it never does. But yeah, so I did add this like outline to the edges, which I thought made it look a bit more like texturalized. I don't know if that's the right word, but I hope you know what I mean. So it's quite nice if you have a slope going up to that section as well, because the steps weren't working, but I think it kind of turned out nicer in the end, to be honest. And this wall, I just really love the wall. It was kind of chaotic with the shrubbery. I was like, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and obviously because it was like a bit of a slope, I was like, well, we're going to try and use some like singular shrubs to try and make it work, but it was kind of difficult to do that. I do remember doing this part, but I do really like how it turned out, so all is well. Just a bit all over the place at some points, but all is well. I think because usually when I make family homes, I kind of like leave the garden to last, and I don't really like put much effort into it, but this one I like went all out for, so I really wanted to show you guys, and I love it. I still do love it. I haven't actually played in it myself because it was a custom build for another simmer, like I said. So they did send me like a specific request to make this for them, and like everything that they wanted in it, and then the garden was my own, you know, just go for what you wanted. But the overall theme of the house was chosen by another simmer, but the garden was just complete freestyle. I was like, well, you know, we've got to make it look as inviting as possible, because usually, like I said, when it comes to my builds, I kind of just avoid doing the gardens. I don't really know why, because I do like doing them. I think it's just because I'm not very confident at doing them necessarily, so I wanted to test myself on this build, and I do really like how it turned out. Adding rocks to stuff is kind of like one of my pet peeves. It's like I really like how it looks, so that's why I do it, but I'm not really fond of doing it because it never turns out the way I want it to necessarily. And once it's over, I'm like, thank goodness for that, because they kind of like clip a little bit and they don't really sit well on things, but I still really like it, so I want it to work out, but it doesn't necessarily always go the way I planned, but it's kind of like anything, I suppose. And they kept clipping into the fence. I definitely remember this build. They kept clipping into the fence, and I was like, oh, I give up, I'll just leave some of them. So I kind of did just give up in the end on the rocks clipping through the fence. I was like, well, it's fine, it'll do. But yeah, I do really like it. So this is a very long garden video, because I just spent so long sorting out my rocks. But yeah, I just really like it. I think it's cute, and as you can see, it all went through the fence, and I was like, seriously? I'm going to lose my mind. But it turned out well in the end. So I did go ahead and put in some planter boxes as well, so they had some skill building stuff in the back garden, because I didn't want it all just to be decorative, so they do have some stuff like that as well. And I found this cute pergola like walkthrough thing, so I did add that as well, which I thought was really sweet. I also added this palm tree to the right on the pond, you can see, which is from Debug. I can't remember if it's base game. I think it might be base game. And I did add a patio area with a barbecue, so they can have little parties up here. I thought it was quite cute, because obviously it's quite a young family who live here who are into their fashion and beauty. And they do have kids as well, so it wasn't very kid friendly, this garden necessarily, but I just thought it was kind of sweet. I could have possibly made this section over here a pool instead of a pond. If I was to redo this, I'd probably do that, to be honest. It's funny how just over the course of a couple of months you grow so much. Like, this is half a year ago that I did this, and even like the length of the video, I'm like, oh goodness, I build so much faster now, which is sometimes good, sometimes bad. If you've got a small build, it's not so good because the footage just slips away because you've got such little footage to post, because it's just so fast, but it's fine. But yeah, I really do like how it turned out. I just kind of feel like my ability to build has improved so much, which is great, because, you know, it's kind of the point, you want it to get better. So, and I'm really pleased with myself how far I've come this year, honestly. This year's been literally like the hardest year of my life, to be honest, so far. I'm not going to ramble on about it because you guys probably know by now anyway. But
you're riding shotgun. The feeling we chase, I'm wide awake. Take me away now. 'Cause I won't go down the same old path again now. No, I've been running out of air, so let me catch my breath. The feeling I've got's making me crazy. If I'm having a good time, don't you blame me. Yeah, this feeling I've got's making me crazy, making me crazy. So I'm just gonna drive, drive, drive. I'm just gonna drive, drive, drive. I'm just gonna drive, drive. Taking control, the future is ours now. The road never ends, it's me and my friends. These are the good times. And I'm feeling like I could go on forever. And I've been running out of air, so let me catch my breath. The feeling I've got's making me crazy. If I'm having a good time, don't you blame me. Yeah, this feeling I've got's making me crazy, making me crazy. So I'm just gonna drive, drive, drive. I'm just gonna drive, drive, drive. I'm just gonna drive, drive.
More recent stuff even.
I'm just gonna drive, drive, drive.
Today's video. I hope that you are excited for my Let's Play, which is coming out, or it should already be out by now. So stay tuned for that and go and check it out if you haven't already, if you're still watching at this point. And yeah, so don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. I hope you can also laugh at me for how still my building was even just 6 months ago. And I will be back probably tomorrow with another build. Whenever this does go out, this will probably be on a weekday. And yeah, so thank you all so very much for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and I shall see you next time. Thanks guys, bye.
In your arms cold. The sunlight hit my face and leave a shadow on the wall. I'm falling down in disarray, cause these illusions in my head won't go away. I'm climbing up a mountain, trying my best not to fall. But if I focus on my mindset, I know it's gonna be alright. This is just how life is. It's going round in circles. 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 Standing by the lake where we always used to hide, but now I'm running from myself. Got a feeling that my hands are tied. The water showing me the sky and a reflection of myself I don't recognize. I should be honest with myself, I no longer have you by my side. Focus on my mindset, maybe it will be alright. This is just how life is. It's going round in circles. It's going round in circles. It's going round in circles. Circles. It's going round in circles. If I focus on my mindset, maybe this will be alright.
I can't believe that you came into my life. You made me feel again, now it's my turn. You say you've always been a little bit shy, but I can put an end to your fears. Let me show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet until they start to bleed. DJ, take it away. Tonight is all for you.